Hey, what's going on, guys? Episode 5 of Supercross Talk. We're going to go over round 3 and what our picks are for Rocky Mountain Fantasy. So let's get into it. All right. So, first things we want to talk about are the 250 class and what we plan on seeing for that. Even though we don't do the Fantasy League for the 250 class, we still like talking about them because we feel like they're the bread and butter of this sport and the up-and-comers for sure. So we want to bring them up first and foremost. Do we think Craig's going to start walking away with this championship for the West Series? Is there anybody that can compete with him? I don't know. That's the question, really. I don't think so at the moment. Hunter Lawrence would be about the only person, I think. But the tough part is he's got to get a good start, and he's got to stay up front with Craig the whole time. Hopefully he can do that. I mean, I know for Hunter, the place in second last week was not, he doesn't want to settle for that. So he's going to be looking for first. So we'll see where he's at in the pack come those first few laps in the main event, which will be cool to watch. Same thing with Moseman. He ran great last weekend. So I'm really excited to see how he runs this weekend. Just super pumped to watch the 250 class. The other big one that I'm watching for is Nate Thrasher on the Star Racing Yamaha. He's one of the up-and-comers that just signed with them. He's training with Danger Boy Deegan at the Star Racing Factory training facility, I guess. I know it's in Florida somewhere. I can't remember. I think it's at the goat farm now, if I remember right. But, yeah, I mean, they're all training together. Tomac's there. Craig's there. Nichols there. Thrasher. Danger Boy. So, I mean, you've got like all these elites that are training at the same place. So it'll be interesting to see where Thrasher comes in towards the end of the season in this 250 West Series. So pretty excited for him as well. Joe Shimoda, he will probably be in the top 3 as long as he doesn't go down like he did last weekend, I would assume. I think that was just kind of a fluke mistake on his part going through the whoops. So, but excited to see what happens in the 250 class. I'm telling you what, man, the 250s almost seem more fun to watch anymore than the 450s. But I say that, and then we have a main event like we did in Oakland where it's just chaos, people going back and forth, and then you have someone like Jason Anderson who walks away with it, who we haven't seen win a race in 40-something odd races. So it was. It's going to be an interesting season. I'm excited for round 3, but let's talk about the 450s. Premier class. You got Barsha with the red plate now because he's placed the highest 2 times in a row at A1 and Oakland, and so he's going into San Diego with the red number plate now. Does that give him the momentum shift that he'll need to probably put it on the top spot of the podium? Maybe. We'll see. I mean, Barsha's kind of one of those guys. He's taking it one step at a time. I watched an interview with him where he's, like, I don't really think about the win. I'm just going out there to try and get a good start and put in good laps. And if I'm up front, then so be it. Well, that seems to be working so far this year because he's placed 3rd in both races. So he's making it happen. Webb was on the podium, or is in 3rd, excuse me. And Anderson's in 2nd. Now, I guarantee you that Anderson is going to be creeping at Barsha's heels for that red plate by the end of San Diego because he is on a warpath on that new Cowie. It'll be fun to watch him in San Diego and see what he does. Part of one of the things that we'll have to do is kind of play qualifying by ear come Saturday before we submit our picks. But we're going to go through probably what we think our picks should be. Now, this week, same as always, we pick 1 through 5, but wild card this week is 7th place. So, put a comment below if you think what we should pick for 7th place. If you get it right, we will send you an RPC hat as a free giveaway. So, put a comment below. And if you get it right, we will put a hat in the mail to you. But yeah, so let's go through who we think for 1 through 5. I honestly think I will put Anderson in that number 1 position. He was fast last weekend. He was fast the weekend before in A1. He just had a couple of mistakes. And in Oakland, he kept it all together. And you could see how fast he was because he pretty much led the whole race. So, I mean, we'll see. If he can get a good start, I would almost bet you he'll be on the top of the podium. Now, number 2, 3, and 4 kind of get tricky for me because I don't know if... it's tough because I don't know if I should throw Webb in there, if I should throw Barsha. If it's tough. I think Sexton also belongs in the top 5 right now. I don't know why, if he was having some issues in Oakland, why he placed where he did. But I feel like he should have been faster than that. Because I think in Oakland I had him picked in my top 5 as well. So I don't know if he'll be in the second category. I will probably have Cooper Webb in second. I will probably put Tomac in third. Barsha will probably be fourth. And for 5th, I will probably go Sexton. And that 7th place is just so random. And I feel like right now that's where like a Dylan Ferrandis is going to land. But it's hard to say. I mean, he's kind of been that bottom of the top 10 the last 2 races. He just doesn't look like he's gelling well with the Supercross tracks right now. So we'll see how that moves into round 3. But it'll be interesting. I felt like with Ferrandis being the reigning outdoor champ from 2021 that he would have a little bit more momentum coming into that A1 race, but it just didn't seem like the pieces of the puzzle were there. So I haven't moved him into the top 5 I think all year since starting fantasy, so we'll just kind of see where he goes. But yeah, put a comment below on who you think the 7th place wildcard pick should be, and if you get it right, we'll send you an RPC hat in the mail. But I don't know, the San Diego track looks pretty brutal. It should be interesting to see these guys' endurance and how it holds up. So but we always appreciate you guys watching and tuning into the episodes time and time again. It's what keeps this thing moving. We do want to make sure that you always are liked and subscribed to our video and channel, and make sure you hit the little bell to get notified every time that we post some content so you can see what's going on. But yeah, thanks for watching.